Hi, history detectives. It's Sarah from Heritage Sylvania. I am outside of our log home today. We're going to take a closer look at the outside of our log home. Later on today, you're going to try to make your own log home. So let's take a look and see how this home was built. Here is our log home. This home was built in the 1840s. That's almost 200 years ago. Now, the really cool thing about our log home is that it wasn't built here in Sylvania. It was built near Weston, Ohio, and that's down by Bowling Green, if you've ever heard of Bowling Green, Ohio. How do you think we got this log home here? Well, what we actually did was we took it apart piece by piece, brought it here to where we wanted to put it for everyone to see, and then had to put it back together like a giant puzzle. What do you notice on the outside of our log home? I notice a door. And I notice 2 windows. Our windows in this log home had glass in them. The people that were able to build this house were able to buy glass. Now, when we got this log home and had to take it apart and bring it back here, the glass in the windows was broken. So we got new glass for them. But, I'm noticing something right here that wasn't on this original log home. Do you see what I see? A gutter and the downspout. Do you know why we had to add this? Well, we had to add this because when the rain goes off of the roof, it needs to go somewhere. And it's much better if it goes in to the gutter, down the downspout, and onto the floor or the ground. That helps keep our home in much better shape so it lasts even longer. The other thing I notice on the side of the house is this very big chimney. Oh, and look, there's a window at the top too. Do you know what a chimney's for? Inside the house, there's a fireplace, and the chimney is so all of the smoke can go out of the fireplace and up into the sky. You don't want to have smoke in your house, so your fireplace had a chimney on it for the smoke to go out into the sky. Do you see up there by the window? That window is in the loft of this house. This house had a ladder that went up to the loft, and that's where the kids would have slept. Let's take a look at the side of the house. Look how big these logs are. Do you see the stuff that's in the middle or in between the logs? It looks like cement. A long time ago, when you built a log cabin home, you would have to put chinking in between the logs. That might have been mud, or clay, or dirt. That might have had grass or hay or straw inside. You would put that in between the logs to keep the bugs out and to keep the air out. Sometimes little animals like mice might try to run in between your logs, and you did not want that in your house. So you would put chinking in between your logs. Now, sometimes that chinking would start to fall out again, and when that ever happened, you'd have to mix up more chinking and put it in between your logs to keep your house nice and safe inside. Look at the corners of the house. You can see that the logs were cut and stacked on top of each other to help hold them together. I notice on this kind of log cabin that the sides of the home, the sides of the logs, are straight. Right here is flat and smooth. It's not rounded like a tree. Did you notice that? Homes that were made with squared off or flattened side logs, those were homes that were made near a sawmill. So this home in Weston, Ohio, when it was built, was made near a sawmill. Whenever you built a log cabin, you always made sure that it had a nice, sturdy, strong foundation. and ours does. The foundation is the bottom part of the house that holds it on the ground, and our foundation has nice rocks. We have some stone steps that go up to the door. These are some stone steps that we added, but if you had a log home, you would need some kind of a step to get inside your log home if your door was up a little higher. Like our door is up just a little bit higher, so we had to have some kind of a step to get into our house. Here is the other end of our log home. This side has two windows. We have the wooden shingles, the wooden siding up there. You notice the beams that we can see that hold the roof and make the roof shape. Those are made out of wood. You'll notice the casings and the framing around the window. That is made out of wood. So the pioneers would have used the wood from the trees that they cut down by where their house was made to build their house and the parts of their house. Now, on the back of our house, we have another one of those things that would not have been on the original house. The back of this house has a ramp, and that is for safety. It is also for anyone who might not be able to use stairs, so they can go into our house too. And our house also has a back door right here. This house would have probably only had one door on the front, but we have extra door in the back for safety. Here's another window on the back of the house. I am standing far back from our house because I want you to be able to see the roof. It might be hard to tell from back here, but our roof is made out of wooden shingles that were handmade. There wasn't really anything else to use for a roof on a log cabin, so the pioneers would have made their own shingles or their own roof covering out of wood that was left over or part of the trees that they used. I hope you enjoyed this little tour and explanation of the outside of our log home.